Welcome to another Vanquish Studio, and today we color Colossus. Okay, so we're on my drawing table and we are... Hold on a minute. Okay, so I'm on my drawing table and we are about to color Colossus. And I am going to do a metallic texture. Now the first thing I'm going to start off with is the lightest color. And just do an outline. Of the light areas. Now we're doing the texture of metal. So I'm going to hit all my highlights right now and my backlighting. And you'll notice how I'm leaving a couple of these areas white. There are some areas you just want to keep white because it is that bright of a reflection. And it helps to break up the space. Okay, so I'm going to leave this part right here white. Okay, so there we go. Now, I'm going to go a little bit darker. Oh, well, wait a minute. I did the whole body. Okay, well, this right here, the hands, I'm going to use the thinner tip. Because you can really get in here and do some details. Alright, so that's like my lightest color. So now I'm going to go back in it with a little bit darker color so we can have a little bit more contrast. Okay, so we pretty much got a pretty good texture going here for Colossus. Now you know what, I think I might go in here. I moved it, sorry about that. Okay, now for this, I'm going to use a lemon yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go in here with my red and light this thing up. Okay, now that we've got the red and we left some of these areas white because you want to leave some highlights, we're going to go back in with the shadow. So we're going to use a darker red and we're going to go in. Okay, now for this little X part, you want to don't use the broad tip. You want to flip your pen over and use the narrow tip. And we'll just fill that in. And now for the hair. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. So Colossus has a bluish tinge, so I'm going to take my blue and go over his hair in the blue. Now I'm going to go over this with the black, but I'm not going to go over it 100%. I do need to leave some areas white, so. Okay, so now so far we've got our Colossus and we're coloring it in using marker. Now for the background. What to do. Okay, so here's the finished product. So you see how I did the hair with the blue, and then I went back over it with the black. The background I'm using hatching lines just loosely because I didn't feel like doing the whole thing. And I chose purple to stay with the warm themes of yellow and red. And red is in purple, so there you go. And it's kind of, well, it's a complementary color of the yellow too. But then we also have the brown ground around here. I didn't want it competing with the overall figure. So there you go, coloring. And by the way, I do have free coloring pages on my website, so check out the link. Okay, I will see you next week.